There's a bizarre look at the top of the table as we head into matchday number 5 with Everton leading the charge with Aston Villa not too far behind. But will they be there after this weekend's matches? We'll get into it next. Take a look at match number 5 out in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here under one Ruski. That's right, boys and girls. Over the past, of course, last match day, goals galore, folks. Goals, surprises galore. And of course, the transfer window has slammed shut. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you check out the description down below. Links to my other social media platforms in there, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon. That's right. Big shout out to the Patreon guys who are supporting the channel behind the scenes. So kudos to them. But yes, what went on over at Old Trafford as they got spanked 6-1 by Tottenham. Of course, what happened at Villa Park as Villa came out on top, 7-2 winners over Liverpool. Of course, it was absolutely balmy. But of course, the talking point is right now Everton leading the charge at the moment. 3-point lead, of course, over the chasing pack. But can they take on get the better of Liverpool heading into this match day? We're going to jump into the deep end now. First, I'll take a look back at how we all did last time around. Let's jump in the deep end then, shall we, and have a little look first and foremost at my pickaroonies, and then we'll take a little look at your pickaroonies. Here we go. This is the criteria. That's right, 0 to 2 you're in the shit-faced gang, 3 to 6 you're in the straight-faced club, and if you get 7+, you're a very, very special piece of work. I could be one of those this week. We'll have a little look at it then, shall we? Of course, kick it all off. It was It was Chelsea. They took on Crystal Palace, and they came out on top, 4-0 win. Bit of rusty start. I think all the goals came in the second half. Chilwell who had a rusty start on the 50th minute. Kurt Zuma on the 66th minute. And then a couple of penalties from Jorginho to give Chelsea all 3 points with 4 goals. Crystal Palace, of course, suffering was that the first or second defeat? Second defeat of the season so far. Meanwhile, of course, the story of the season so far is Everton. I do like them the way they're playing at the moment. 4-2 winners over a rock-steady Brighton. Calvert-Lewin with a goal. Yerry Mina with a couple of goals from James Rodriguez, of course, in a 4-2 win over Brighton. Neil Maupay and Yves Bissouma giving them a couple of goals there, Brighton. But ultimately, they fell to a defeat. But 4 out of 4, 100% record so far for Everton and Ancelotti's boys. Leeds, again, keeping up the pace, keeping up the surprise packages, of course, with a 1-1 draw against Manchester City. So far, just 1 defeat in the campaign for Leeds. That was against Liverpool in a 7-goal thriller. But they're keeping up with the Joneses. Raheem Sterling on the score sheet on the 17th minute before Rodrigo levels it on the 59th minute for Leeds, of course. Manchester City already stumbling a little bit. Where are they in the old table? Down at 14th for the moment. 1 win, 1 draw, and 1 defeat so far. But of course, it is early days. Meanwhile, Newcastle United took care of business against them 6-fingered freakazoids.
Burnley, that's right.
3-1 in the end, with the goals coming from Saint Maxim with a goal, Callum Wilson with a couple of goals as well, Ashley Westwood with the one and only goal for the freakazoids with a 3-1 win. Those were Saturday's games. Into Sunday we went. Leicester City, of course, smashed Manchester City last week, but this time they were on the receiving end of a bit of a battering, of course. 3-0 winners in the end for West Ham over Leicester. Mikel Antonio Pablo Fornals and Jared Bowen on the score sheet for West Ham as they hammered Leicester City, of course. Big win for them. Big couple of weeks, in fact, for West Ham. Up to 10th now, 2 wins and 2 defeats in the campaign. Meanwhile, Southampton also took care of business against West Brom. 2-0 win in the end. Of course, England striker Danny Ings scoring the goals these days, but not today. Moses Dunjopo and Adio Romelu on the score sheet for Southampton as they came out on top with a 2-0 win over the Baggies. Meanwhile, Arsenal also got themselves another 3 points with a 2-1 win over Sheffield United. Bukayo Azaka and Nicolas Pepe on the score sheet for Arsenal. David McGoldrick on the score sheet for Sheffield United. But unfortunately, too little, too late as they scored in the last few minutes. But ultimately, wanted their day. 2-1 win puts Arsenal up to 4th in the table. Meanwhile, Wolves squeaked past Fulham with a 1-0 win. Pedro Neto with the one and only goal. Actually went with a 2-0 win. Ain't too bad on that bad boy. So yeah, one and only goal there. In fact, I've done all right actually. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. So one more would put me over the line, but I didn't see it. I'm telling you now, I didn't see it. But anyway, of course, one of the games of the weekend was down at Anfield. At Old Trafford, should I say. 6-1 demolition. Spurs coming out on top over Manchester United, who did in fact take the lead with the Bruno Fernandes penalty, but Tanguy Ndombele quickly levelled for Tottenham to make it 1-1 before Son Heung-min made it 2-1. Anthony Martial was sent off controversially, of course, on the 28th minute to change the game. Harry Kane and then got himself a couple of goals. Son Heung-min hit himself a second goal, and Sergio Aurier got himself a goal as well. 6-1 win in the end, actually, with a 2-2 draw. Did expect Spurs to get something from this game, but I didn't expect them to come away with the 3 points. But really, I think they were ousted, really, at Villa Park, with Aston Villa coming out on top with a 7-2 win over Liverpool, of course, champions these days. Ollie Watkins with a hat-trick, John McGinn with a goal, Jack Grealish with a couple of goals, and Ross Barkley as well, with Mohamed Salah with a couple of goals for Liverpool. Actually, remember the 3-0 win for Liverpool? Got that one wrong. I think pretty much all of us got that one wrong. But as it stands, Everton do lead the charge. We'll have a look at the table in just a second. But me, I got myself a nice... I did actually get 7, so that puts me in, guess what? The top banana, boys. Top banana. Let's get into it. This is the table as it stands. Everton lead the charge. Aston Villa not too far behind, and they do have a game in hand, in fact. And winning that game in hand, they could go top of the pops. Leicester City third, and Arsenal are in fourth. It's looking good. It's looking lively. It's looking like it could be anybody's Premier League so far, and that's the way we want it to be. We want it to be anyone's Premier League. I'd love it. I'd love it if the likes of Aston Villa or Everton were in that top 4 discussion towards the end of the season. But to be honest with you, it is too soon to get excited about that one. So let's take a look at it then. This is, of course, my picks. We've seen those. We've seen the league table. Now let's have a look at what you guys got up your sleeve. Oh, Mamira, well done to you. Patreon, of course, much love. You did all right. Mark Chapman did bits. A. Judy, not too shabby. A. Judy, in fact, that column is going to be repeated. Jan, what did you do, Jan? You did all right. Liam 2000, not too shabby. Jaden, 2006 did okay. Did okay. Crimson Eagle, not too shabby. The Aston Villa C are also not too shabby as well. But no top banana so far. Danka, not too bad. Nathan Heaver, well done to you, sir. Of course, round of applause from on Patreons. Andrew Waters, not too shabby. Richard Dawson did bits. Vincent Hong, not too shabby. Mr. Matt Ross, not too bad. Omar Escobil, top banana. Hitting it out of the park, of course. And yeah, of course, it's the Patreon as well. Matt Gunner did bits as well. Barcelonista did okay. Leighton Players Games, not too shabby. Victor Carvalho, not too bad. Mark Sanjingbi did okay. Owen Armitage, not too bad. Football Mapper, well done to you, hitting it out of the park. Harrison Crane, what's up to you, brother? You did all right as well. Alex Sweller, not too bad. Byron Smith did bits. Danny Kay did all right. I Hate Maina, he also did very well as Piccaroonies. David Keeley, not too shabby. Bluebird Legend, not too bad as well. We Are Kibya, he did all right. Omar Medina, not too shabby. Isaac A, he did bits. Mikey Leeds, not too shabby. BA Soccer Fan, he did all right. NWC 239, he did bits as well. Kevin Matthews, not too shabby. Mike Gallagher did bits. Victor Fisher also killing it as well. Gaming Charlie, not too shabby. Yeah, B did bits. Omari, not too bad. Shepherd, well done to you, sir. Of course, patrons get some extra love, but he did all right this week. Assaulter did bits. Fernando Jose Garabund, he did all right. Ahman Sori, not too shabby. Mike Nyams, he did bits. Andrew H did okay. Eric McBurger did all right. Omaji Monday, not too bad. Gavin Singh and Denise Canali, not too bad. And Brad Petford and Champted Jude also did very, very well. Meanwhile, Olaji Ojo knocking out of the park. Well done to you, Olaji Ojo. Luka Kajanovic, not too bad. Legolas good, he did good. Chilan, not too bad. Nathan Collins, he did bits. Mitchell Shoney, not too shabby. Il Mitchell also did very, very well. Ishnan did bits of Rooney's. Jordan Kunkel, not too shabby. Simples did bits. Rajit Kaur, not bad. PJC did bits of Rooney too. Costas K, not too shabby. Russell Frost, well done to you as well. Giving you a round of applause, brother. Meanwhile, Mugabe Francis did bits as well. Yannick Bustler, not too shabby. This fella did okay. Hans Worst, King Cool Name, did alright. Joachim Johansson, killing it. Smashed it out of the park as well. JB72, not too bad. Shane O'Donnell did alright. Bianca Moller, well done to you as well. Much love. NJ did okay. Keaton Smiley, not too bad. Liam Martin did bits. Roberto Hollis, he did right. Cody Cahoe with an edit, not too bad as well. LG Cow, well done to you as well. Killing it, my son. Mr. A, not too... he did terrible. Joe Turner, God, ghastly. Samuel Collins, not too shabby. Zari Ramiro, hit out the park. Mad. Excellent show. Well, I don't know why you gave it a round of applause, but I'll give you one for free there. And Rafael Jarrett, also... well done to you. Woo! Wow. Well, again, I appreciate the predictions. Make sure you come back again, of course, for this one. And again, if you want to become a patron and get special treatment, just like those guys, check out the description as well. It's cheapest chips, mates. Cheapest chips. Supporting the channel does wonders. And hopefully, it'll get you kudos. But this is the leaderboard for this week. It's coming at you thick and fast, boys. Coming at you thick and fast. Bit of a stall there, but there you have it. Your main man is Zayed Armo this week with 8 out of 10. Not bad. Eric Man Washington, Football Mapper, Joachim Johansson, Omar Esquivel, the Mexican sniper, of course, he did very, very well. And Raphael Jarrett also getting themselves in the top 10. And then the whole chasing pack of you guys with 6. But that's just this week's leaderboard. Who is your overall kingpin? That's coming at you even faster. Liverpool. There we have it. Mitchell Shoney is your man at the moment. Ahmad Sori is next. Liam Martin and Russell Frost make up your power 5. And then it's anybody's guess after that. So those 3 guys, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 guys above 50% success rate with their pickaroonies. Me, I haven't got mine in there. Maybe next week. I've got this rest of this week to look forward to doing that, and maybe I can get myself back into the thick of things. So that was the past week. Let's have a look forward to this week then, shall we? Kicking it all off with the Merseyside derby. It's a bit of a crunch crash, this one. Now, these two sides have played each other, believe it or not, 234 times, with 66 wins for Everton, 93 wins for Liverpool, and 75 draws. The last 6, though, sees nothing for Everton, 3 wins for Liverpool, and 3 draws. Last time they played each other at Goodison Park was a 0-0 draw. Back in lockdown as well, 21st of June 2020. Everton actually won the last 4 matches, we do know that. Liverpool have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 6 matches in the Premier League. Heading into this, of course, Liverpool trying to bounce back quick time after their 7-2 loss. A couple of games back, they were actually 7-2 winners over Lincoln City in the Carabao Cup. And they also smashed Blackpool 7-2 in their pre-season as well. Meanwhile, Everton looking good at the moment, scoring back-to-back games with 4 goals. So they're looking bits at the moment, looking very, very good. And do expect them to be a bit of a competition on this one. Of course, the win today would see Liverpool potentially go back to top of the table. But a win for Everton could actually extend their lead to possibly 6 points. They could actually be running away with it at the moment. I do expect Everton to get something out of the game. If the game was at Anfield, I would favour Liverpool more than this. But I do expect Everton to get something out of this. But I'm going to go play it cautiously with a 2-2 draw. I'm hoping to tune in for that one as well. We may even do a watch along, maybe a double watch along on this one. Of course, we'll have Rovers earlier in the day. In fact, this will actually be before the Rovers game. Maybe we'll do a double I don't know. We might do a double watch along. Thinking about that right now. Anyway, check it all out on the channel. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up. And of course, smash the subscribe. Next up, we do have Chelsea taking on Southampton this coming match. This will be the 105th time that these two sides have played. 46 of them have gone in favour of Chelsea. 29 have gone in favour of Southampton. 29 draws as well. The last 6 between two sides. 4 wins for Chelsea, 1 win for Southampton, and 1 draw. The last time they played each other was back in Boxing Day, in fact, last year in Stamford Bridge. It was a 2-0 win for Southampton. Mikel Obafemi on the score sheet on the 31st minute, and Nathan Redmond as well to give Southampton the 3 points. Chelsea have actually won 7 of the last 8 home matches in the Premier League. They've also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 home matches as well. Coming into this, they've scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches as well, and it's actually an unbeaten run of 4 games, losing 1 at the past 6 in all competitions for Chelsea. Meanwhile, back-to-back wins for Southampton. Of course, they start off the season in terrible form, but it's been successive wins and successive clean sheets for Southampton. But of course, it is going to be at Stamford Bridge. I didn't give you the odds of the Merseyside derby. The odds of the Merseyside derby is 11-4 for Everton, 5-4 on for Liverpool, and 16-5 is your draw. The odds for this game is 20-9 in favour of Chelsea. 7-2 is your draw. 11-2 is your away win. Of course, Chelsea come into this in 7th. The win for them could actually go 10 points, which could be second in the table. Meanwhile, Southampton coming into this 11th, and the win for them could actually go second in the table. I expect Chelsea to come out top on this one with a 2. What have I gone with this one? I've gone with a 3-1 win over the Saints at Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, moving on to Leicester City. They're going to be taking on Aston Villa. That's a bit of a derby as well. These two sides played each other 101 times in the past. 43 wins for Leicester, 34 wins for Aston Villa, and 24 draws. Of course, Leicester have seen the better of the recent form. Anyway, the last 6 sees 3 wins for Leicester, 1 win for Aston Villa, and 2 draws. Last time they played each other at the King Power was a 4-0 win for Leicester back in March 2020. I think that must have been prior to lockdown. James Vardy with a couple of goals, Harvey Barnes with a couple of goals as well. Villa have actually won their last 3 matches in the Premier League. They look good right now. They look very, very good. Leicester have actually conceded at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches as well. Of course, Villa's last defeat was against Stoke in the Carabao Cup, but before that, of course, or after that, sorry, they did, of course, smash Liverpool. Meanwhile, Leicester City actually lost 2 of the past 3 games, losing to Arsenal and West Ham, but sandwiched in between that was a win, a big win over Manchester City in the City Ground as well, or the Etihad, or whatever they call it. Anyway, they're heading into this 11-8. Leicester City are your favourites for this one. 40-5 is your draw. 7-2 is your away win. Of course, Leicester City come into this in 3rd, and win for them could actually leapfrog Aston Villa in the process and go as high as 1st. Tough one, this one, but of course I do like Leicester City and do think they'll get the edge on this one. It'll be close. It'll be a good game of football. A lot of good games this weekend. 2-1 win in favour of Leicester City. Newcastle taking on Manchester United. Of course, Manchester United had an absolute shit show of a transfer window. No Sancho, no real. I don't think they boosted their coffers at all. They brought in some expensive deadbeat in Cavani. He will score goals. Don't get me wrong. He is a Zlatan. He is a better than Falcao. He's a decent striker that will get goals, but he's not really one that's going to boost the morale around the camp. And the youngsters, they may also prove to be good in about 4 or 5 years down the road. But this season, they've absolutely blown it. And I do expect them to struggle this season, Manchester United. And I do expect Solskjaer to get the sack. He will pay the price for the board's misgivings there. Anyway, these two sides played 169 times in the past, 43 wins for the Geordies, 87 wins for Manchester United and 39 draws. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Newcastle, 4 wins for United and no draws. Last time played was at Old Trafford. It was in Boxing Day as well, 2019. It was a 4-1 win for United with Marcus Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial all getting a goal apiece. Martial actually got himself 2. Matthew Longstaff opening up the scoring for Newcastle this one. Last time they played, though, at St James's Park was back in October, around about this time last year, and it was Longstaff again, the one and only goal scorer, as Newcastle came out on top. United have actually won, as Manchester United have actually won their last 5 matches away from home. They've also scored at least 2 goals in those last 5 matches away from home. Heading into this, Newcastle just 1 defeat the past 6 in all competitions. That was against Brighton. They also smashed Morecambe not too long ago. United coming to this on the back of that spanking as well. They'll need a response. But of course, this is not the game that really I think they want to play. They would rather have a home game, to be honest with you, to try and bounce back accordingly. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds, if I was a betting man, I would be putting some money on Newcastle. 15-4 for the win, 20-13 on for Manchester United, 3-1 is your draw. I would put a little bit of money on Newcastle getting at least something out of this game. So I'd go at least a draw, but I've gone a draw with this one. I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I do expect Newcastle. I think Manchester United's hangover will continue. It will continue into this game, and I think the break has probably come at the wrong time. They would rather have played last week and try and forget about it, but they've had to sit and chew on that 6-1 win, and of course they didn't strengthen themselves in the transfer window. I am recording this on the 9th of October, so if they do strengthen it within the domestic thing, then so be it. Anyway, Sheffield United taking on Fulham. These two sides have played each other 63 times in the past, 29 wins for Sheffield United, 20 wins for Fulham, and 14 draws. The last 6 so sees 2 wins for Sheffield United, 3 wins for Fulham, and 1 draw. What have we got on this one? Let's make sure this. Sheffield United have actually lost their last 7 matches in the Premier League, whereas Fulham have actually lost their last 10 of the 11 away matches heading into this. Fulham have actually failed to score in 5 of the last 6 as well, and they come into this the last time they played each other was back in the Championship, and it was at Craven Cottage in March 2018. It was a 3-0 win for Fulham on that day, with goal scorers Mitrovic with a couple of goals, Tom Kearney as well. Last time they played each other at Bramall Lane. We want a bit of this. We would like a bit of this. That was also in the Championship back in November 2017. 9-goal thriller going in favour of Fulham. Shoji Ojo with a couple of goals. Ryan Sessegnon with a hat-trick. Liam Clark with a hat-trick as well for Fulham. Samir Carruthers on the score sheet as well for Sheffield United. Heading into this, both sides in absolute terrible form. Fulham actually 3 defeats on the spin. So are Sheffield United, 3 defeats on the spin. Both of these two sides looking for something and looking for something quick. The bookies' odds will probably give it to Sheffield United, I think. 20-19 on for them. 12-5 as your draw, 29-10. Fulham are your long shots. Both sides head into this in the relegation zone at the moment, and a win for either of them could see them leapfrog the likes of Brighton, Manchester United, and West Brom to boot. Tough one, this one, but I'm going to go with Sheffield United to take it 2-0 win. They did make some good signings. Ryan Brewster will probably start this game and will probably score on this one. West Brom taking on them 6-finger Freakazoids. Burnley, this will be the 130th time that these two sides have played. 55 wins for West Brom, 45 wins for Burnley, and 29 draws. The last 6 though sees 3 wins for the Baggies, 1 win for Burnley, and 2 draws. Last time they played was back in the Premier League in March 2018. It was a 2-1 win for the Freakazoids at the Hawthorns as well. The Austrian Ashley Barnes on the score sheet, Chris Wood, the Kiwi as well, to give Burnley the 2 goals. Salomon Rondon, the 1 and only goal scorer for the Baggies. Burnley have actually lost the last 4 matches in the Premier League then, and West Brom have actually conceded at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches as well. The Baggies come into this 1 win in 6. Same can be said for Burnley, 1 win in 6. That win was against Millwall in the Cup. Same for West Brom. Their only win has come in the Cup against Harrogate, of course. The bookies' odds will probably give it to Baggies on this one because Burnley are in such awful form. 7-5 for West Brom, 11-5 for the draw. 2-1 is your away win on this one. Of course, Burnley also in their drop zone at the moment with no points. 3 defeats on the spin. The Baggies have 1 point to the name, and a win for either side could actually see them get out of the old relegation zone. But I'm going to go with the Baggies. Of course I am. Of course I bloody well am. With a 3-1 win to take it to the bank. Next up, of course, another crunch clash. It is Manchester City taking on Arsenal. Of course, Manchester City not started the season off in tip-top shape. Arsenal doing okay at the moment, as of course the return of Mikel Arteta to face his master, that is Pep Guardiola. Now, these two sides have played each other 200 times in the past. 57 wins for Manchester City, 98 wins for Arsenal, and 45 draws. The last 6 though sees 5 wins for City, 1 win for Arsenal, and no draws. The last time they played each other was in the FA Cup. It was a 2-0 win for Arsenal. That's right, back in July. It was the FA Cup final. Was it the FA Cup final or FA Cup semi-final? It was a 2-0 win. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with a couple of goals there. The last time they played each other at the Etihad was a 3-0 win for City, also in lockdown. Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne and Phil Foden on the score sheet as Manchester City came out on top with a 3-0 win. David Luiz got himself a red card on that one. Heading into this, City have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 12 home matches. They come into this 1 win in 3, and that win was against Burnley, of course. Meanwhile, Arsenal looking good at the moment. 4 wins out of the past 5, losing to Liverpool in, of course, the Premier League. That was the 1-0 defeat so far. I think Manchester City will still be the favourites, 5-2 on red hot favourites. 4-1 is your draw. 11-2 is your long shot. Of course, Manchester City come into this in 14th spot. A win for them could actually go up to 6. Meanwhile, Arsenal are in 4th, and a win for them could go top of the pops on this one. But we do expect Manchester City to come out on top with a 3-2 win. 5-goal Bobby Dazzler. Goals galore on that one. That's right. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace taking on Brighton. This is into Sunday's matches. These two sides played each other 39 times in the past. 12 wins for Palace. 15 wins for Brighton and 12 draws. This is a bit of a derby as well. They call this a bit of a derby. 2 wins the past 6 games between these two sides go in favour of Palace. 3 wins for Brighton and 1 draw. The last time they played each other was at the Amex. It was a 1-0 win for Palace. That's right. Jordan Ayew way back in February 2020 before the lockdown. Meanwhile, the last time they played each other at Selhurst Park was back in 16th of December 2019. It was a 1-1 draw. Zaha and Neil Maupay on the score sheet as points were split. Heading into this, Brighton have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 away matches. Brighton, 3 defeats on the spin, but they've looked good. They've looked good. They look competitive, and they were a little bit unlucky against Manchester United. A little bit, wow, they were outschooled by Everton, and of course they were dealt a new one in the Carabao Cup against United. Also, back-to-back defeats for Palace, looking for a win and a response for them on this one. They were victorious over Manchester United, but to be honest with you, I don't think that looks too good these days. United look very wobbly and very, very all over the place. Heading into this, Palace are your favourites. I think 8-5 on this one, 7-4 for Brighton, 9-4 is your draw. Very, very tight this one. Could go either way. Of course, Palace come into this in a 12th spot. Meanwhile, Brighton come into this in 15th spot. For me, I'm going to go with a big fat 2-2 draw. I can't separate the two sides. Can you? Make sure you get your predictions in nice and early for this one. Of course, Tottenham taking on West Ham in an all-London affair. This will be the 156th time that these two sides played. 67 wins for Spurs, 51 wins for the Hammers, and 37 draws. The last 6, though, sees 4 wins for Tottenham, 1 win for the Hammers, and 1 draw. The last time they played each other was at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was a 2-0 win, in lockdown, 23rd of June. Tom Suchik with a big fat OG and Harry Kane on the score sheet. Tottenham have actually undefeated in 9 of the last 10 matches in the Premier League, and they come into this in good spirits as well. Unbeaten in 5 games in all competitions, including the Europa League. Meanwhile, West Ham looking good at the moment. 3 wins in the past 4 games. Their only hiccup was against Everton in the Carabao Cup. Meanwhile, the bookies odds on this son of a gun are taking place on Sunday as well. 30-8 for Spurs, 40-5-ish. 30-8 on for Spurs, 40-5 is the draw. 92 is your away win. West Ham looking good right now for the first time in a long time. Sitting in 10th spot with 6 points on the board. A win for them could actually go as high as 2nd. Spurs come into this in 6th, and a win for them could actually go 2nd as well. Good, tough one this one. Mourinho's boys look good. Spirit is high. Morale is high. And they'll continue up with a 3-0 win over West Ham this coming weekend. And finally, into Monday Night Football we go. It'll be Leeds United taking on Wolves. Of course, Leeds starting in very, very good form. Wolves doing okay as well. This will be the 97th time that these two sides have played. The previous 96 have gone 41 wins for Leeds, 33 wins for Wolves, and 22 draws. The last 6, though, between these two sides, 3 wins apiece. 3 wins for Leeds and 3 wins for Wolves. The last time they played each other was in the Championship, and it was a 3-0 win for Wolves over at Ellen Road. Roman Sace, Willy Bolly, and Benica Phobia on the score sheet for Wolves. And the last time that these two sides locked horns. Meanwhile, Wolves not too good at form, actually. 2 wins in the past 5, picking up wins against Sheffield United and Fulham, but sandwiched in between that, defeats to Stoke, Man City, and West Ham. Meanwhile, Leeds unbeaten in 4. Their only defeat of the season was that 7-goal thriller against Liverpool. The bookies odds will probably give it to Leeds, I think. They're looking good. 29-20 for them. 23-10 is your draw, and 9-5 is your away win. A win for Leeds, currently find themselves in 8th. They could actually go 2nd in the Premier League. A win for Wolves, who currently find themselves in 13th spot, could actually go as high as 2nd as well. This was a tough one, this one, but I'm going to favour, believe it or not, a Leeds United victory. That's right. And if I'm right, which I bloody well hope I am, this is what the table will look like at the end of match day number 5. Everton looking good. We're picking up 13 points out of a possible 15. Leicester City will be in 2nd, just 1 point adrift. Spurs 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Leeds up to 5th. Down the foot of the table, Fulham, Burnley.
They're going down.
Sheffield United, of course, at the end of it as well. So that's what I think will happen this coming match day. What about you? Be sure to get your predictions in. Of course, we do have the prediction league. It is crazy. It is thick and fast. It is pretty all guns blazing as well. But that's it, my friends. That's all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you are new, bang the old subscribe button. Of course, keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Premier League related, world football related. We're going to know here under a one Ruski. Also, please sure to give the video some love in. Smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and also tick the little bell as well. And check out the description links to my other social media. media platforms are in there. Twitter, Facebook, and of course, if you want to support the channel in another way, Patreon's the way to do it, boys. Patreon's the way to do it. Until then, though, I'm going to bounce out of here. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, be safe, and I'll see you on the other side.